What's going on? Born for Sports. Salute to New York Giant Nation. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports. Well, folks, it has happened. It has finally happened. The New York Giants have benched Russell Wilson and have now named Jaxson the Week 4 starter against the Chargers. Well, if you listen to Brian Dable's comments yesterday's presser, you kind of felt like the thing was trending that way. You know what I mean? It was just trending. I felt it after the game. I said on my post game on Sunday night that you could feel it's in the air. You could feel it's in the air that the Giants are going to make a move within this week or next week, and that's exactly what we got. Now, when you're 0-3, you got to look for something positive to look for. And with the way that this coaching staff has been the last 4 years, you knew they were chomping at the bit to have an opportunity to play this kid, especially if they were not winning games with Russell Wilson. Now, listen, I'm going to have to question some things because I have a lot of mixed emotions here, both good and bad. And we'll start with the bad. Is the right time or is the regime just desperate to save their jobs? Well, I think it's pretty obvious why they made this move. They got one foot in the grave, folks. They do. They knew the kind of expectations the Giants had from the fan base, from the ownership and the media, okay, that they needed to win to save their jobs. And they're off to an 0-3 start. And let's be honest, Russell Wilson, 2 of his 3 starts were not good for whatever reason it were. Now, the reasons were not all on Russell Wilson. Let me just say that, okay? But there's a lot of fans out there that are trying to say, oh, we're 0-3 because of Russell Wilson. It's not all Russell Wilson, folks. It's not, okay? The first game of the season against Washington, I chalk that up more to poor game planning and being out-coached and terrible offensive line play. Week 2, hey, Russell Wilson balled the hell out. He balled the hell out, okay? The game plan was solid, and they balled out is what we took from that performance. He had 450 yards and 3 touchdown passes, a turn back the clock kind of game for Russell Wilson. But what happened? No. This freaking defensive coordinator on the New York Giants stole that win and moment away from Russell Wilson and this New York Giant team. And if they would have won that game, I don't think Russell Wilson is benched this week. I think we're still going with Russell Wilson this week. But we let that game slip with 14 seconds left due to poor coaching and execution. So what happened? Last week against the Chiefs, Sunday Night Football, home opener against with the fans there, it was up to Russell Wilson to go out there and show that the performance against the Cowboys was not an aberration. And folks, it was. It was an aberration. The game plan sucked. Okay, and on top of that, Russell Wilson was bad. His worst performance in the 3 games. Okay. So we knew where this was trending. We knew where it's trending. And after Dable's comments, here we are. So, yes, I think that this move was definitely a shot in the dark, throwing your last dart at the target, pun not intended. And with this team, this regime has one foot in the grave, and they clearly know they have to win games or they have to show that they are developing a franchise quarterback. That is the only shot that they have for John Mara. Because let's be honest, John Mara doesn't want to get rid of these guys, folks. No matter how much we see they need to, no matter how much this fan base, myself, or other YouTube content creators out there want to let them know they need to make a change, John Mara is the one that signs the checks. And we know, based on the fact that he brought this regime back after the worst season in Giants history last season, does not want to make a change. He's looking for a reason to keep these guys. And this is their last card to play in their deck. Okay? So if they can show that Jaxson Dart is indeed being developed and winning a couple of games with this regime as the franchise quarterback, it's probably going to be enough to save him. But that's a story for another day. Here we are. So, yes, that is what's going on. I don't think it's the right time. I would have went with Jameis Winston this week because you're basically throwing this kid who's probably not ready, most likely not ready to play, okay, into the Wolves. That's a good Charger team, an undefeated Charger team right now with a hell of a defense, and they're throwing him out there. So, hey, that's just my opinion on it. I would have went with Jameis Winston this week if I wanted to make a quarterback change, but they went with the kid, and here we are. And, you know, at the end of the day, the other side of my emotions, let the Jaxson Dart Giant football era begin, folks. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is what we're going to find out. We're going to find out if this kid is the real deal. If he indeed has the talent to become a franchise quarterback. We're going to see. Now, it's not going to be all peaches and cream and easy out the gate. So I expect Giant fans to have some sense and give this kid a shot even when it doesn't look good. If you can give 6 years to Daniel Jones, you can give this kid a couple of years to see if he can become the franchise quarterback of this team. It's just a matter of now, is this regime the right fit for him to be the franchise quarterback of this team? That's what this is all about going forward for the rest of the season. We're 0-3 heading nowhere fast. Mathematically, is our season over? No, it's not. But if you want to have a season, they better win Sunday. And if this regime wants to stick around, they better show that they can develop Jaxson Dart to be the man of this franchise. Giants Nation, salute. Let me know how you feel about this. How about this video in the comments? What do you think? Is it the right time to start Jaxson Dart right now, this week against the Chargers? Or do you feel this is a desperation move for this regime to survive? And don't forget to like and subscribe to Ball for Sports. Let's go Giants.